Roblox is apparently unbanning upwards of 5 million people in a way you probably wouldn't expect. Roblox is being sued once again by Texas. Oh my gosh. A missing YouTuber is officially back, and it's kind of weird. Another Roblox movie is being made, and there's so much more stuff I want to talk about in today's video after I ask you to subscribe, because if you are already subscribed when you clicked on this video, I thank you and welcome back. But if you're not subscribed, I'm not going to say any of those things to you, and you need to hit that button now. Anyways, let's move on to the first story, which just happens to be some small Roblox updates that I think are pretty positive, and then we'll get into the negative stuff and the diabolical stuff. So let's start off with the first one, which I think is the smallest, I guess, update, but I guess it's not an update because it's a movie. Now, in my last video, I talked about how Jailbreak was getting a movie and how I thought it was a pretty good choice, but a weird choice, because like, why wouldn't these film studios buy out like games like, I don't know, Steal a Brain Rot or Grow a Garden? That's what I said in my video. They'd make so much more money. And guys, I was instantly met with this the next day. Story Kitchen is adapting Grow a Garden into a film. So yeah, I got absolutely proven wrong, guys. I guess they do care about money, and now Grow a Garden is getting a movie. And honestly, I feel like this is probably the worst option they could have picked. I mean, okay, hold on. Steal a Brain Rot is definitely worse to be turned into a movie, but how are they going to make a Grow a Garden movie, bro? What is that even going to be about? I don't know. I'm very interested to see what happens. I mean, I don't think this movie's going to come out for like another couple years, probably, maybe a year. And I'm honestly a lot more excited for the Jailbreak movie because I feel like they could actually do something there. And honestly, yeah, just crazy ironic that I mentioned in my last video, like, why are they doing Jailbreak? Why not another popular game? That would make them more money, and they literally did that. Regardless, I think the Jailbreak movie is probably going to be a little better. Sorry. And we can now move on to the next story, which is something that is kind of weird, but it's a brand new update to Roblox on mobile, more specifically iOS users, because Roblox, I guess, released a new help page called Roblox Widgets, where now, if you go to the Roblox help page, you can see that there is a new page that talks about these new widgets, which I'm not really sure what they do. So it says, Roblox mobile widgets, launch Roblox faster, add our new widget to your home screen or lock screen for a one-tap access to your favorite games, which I'm not sure why you would need to do that. I mean, because if we scroll down, you can see these are the two widgets they added, where it says you can add a shortcut to your lock screen and launch Roblox with just one tap, which, I mean, if you just unlock your phone and go to the app, you can launch it with one tap. But regardless, the other widget that they added is a little bit more intriguing because it actually shows you recently played games, which I think is pretty cool, because then I'm guessing if you have this widget, you can just tap on any of your recently played games on your home screen and get right back into Roblox, which I think is actually pretty neat. I do wish, though, it showed more information, because just having the rating there is not really useful. I wish it showed like the player counts and stuff too. That'd be kind of awesome. Or maybe even show if there's like specific events happening in these games. That would be a lot cooler, I'll be honest. But yeah, pretty interesting feature, and apparently it's going to be getting added to Android relatively soon. It says at the bottom here, can I add these widgets on Android? And it says they're not available yet, but are coming soon. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Here's the RTC tweet about it that just says Roblox widgets are rolling out on iOS, where you can see both of their screenshots here showing off both of the widgets, where you can have a Roblox logo on your home screen and the recently played thing. Also, the song choice is pretty good, but I think Whiplash is better. Anyways, we can now move on to the next story, which just happens to be Roblox apparently unbanning 5 million users soon. If you don't remember, in 2022, actually 2021, Roblox used to have this platform or version of Roblox named Luobu. I think that's what it's called. And basically, this was the version of Roblox made for China, because China has different regulations on gaming and certain things. Like, I don't think you can have certain like imagery in games in China, like skulls and zombies, I'm pretty sure aren't allowed in China. So that's why they had to make a completely separate version of Roblox to, I guess, abide by those rules. But in October of 2021, this was completely shut down. And then a couple months later, in July of 2022, Roblox actually ended up banning and terminating every single Luobu account that existed. And you can see there's a bunch of videos about this, like from Sharkblocks and Albert, all from around the time that this happened, because it was a pretty big deal. Like 5 million accounts were banned. But now it seems like this is perhaps going to be reverted, because Roblox went on like this content insight thing where they kind of talked about how Roblox will be re-entering China with Tencent in 2026. Now, this is obviously going to spark a lot of conversation here, because Tencent, I think, is like the biggest gaming company in the world. I think they own or have stakes in like the biggest gaming companies around the world. It's like insane. And now they're officially partnering with Roblox so that they can re-release Luobu, or however you say it, back to China, which is pretty interesting. Now, I don't know if they're actually going to be unbanning these specific accounts, but I do know that these people that were banned will then be able to play Roblox once again in 2026. And going into the comments about this, you can see a lot of people mentioning how like Roblox banned all of these accounts, such as this comment here saying, when they worked for ages to get Roblox in China only just to delete everyone's accounts, which yeah, is true. I can't believe they did that. Now, there is a news story actually actually included in this tweet as well, where they kind of have a bunch of quotes from this whole creator insight thing that they did, basically just gassing up Roblox, talking about how it's such a revolutionary platform and how it's continuing to grow. But the main thing that, you know, relates to the whole Roblox reopening in China stuff is right here, because it says Christian, who is, I think, the head of global licensing at Roblox, which I'm not really sure exactly what that entails, but he's a pretty highly regarded person, I guess. But Christian said, Roblox is the fastest growing game platform in the world, adding it has grown 8 times faster than the game industry, which has surged over the past 20 years. He went on to say that another point is to note is that these figures do not include China, and Roblox plans to enter the Chinese market next year, explaining titles with similar monthly active users to Roblox, such as League of Legends, Honor of Kings, and Fortnite, have more than half of their users in China, making Roblox the only platform showing strong growth even without the Chinese market, which is interesting because that showcases that potentially when Roblox reopens in China, we could see Roblox's player base doubling almost, which is insane. Or maybe it just won't really do anything. Maybe China won't like Roblox as much as everywhere else in the world likes Roblox, you know? But yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I guess Roblox is reopening in China, and the 5 million people who were once terminated from Roblox will either get unbanned or they will be able to make new accounts. I hope they get unbanned because that'd be kind of interesting. But also, I feel like Roblox probably won't do that because that was like 3 to 4 years ago at this point, and they've probably moved on, and they probably can't reinstate those accounts, which kind of sucks. But who knows? Maybe they will fix it. I don't know. We'll have to see in 2026. Anyways, we can now move on to the next story, which just happens to be something else that is going to destroy Roblox in a giant way. All right, because Ken Paxton of Texas, who is the attorney general, and he is apparently suing Roblox as well. So as we all know, there's been like 2 different attorney generals that have sued Roblox for safety issues, and now there is a third one, and it's the attorney general of Texas saying, breaking, I am suing Roblox for putting I can't say that on video, and profits over the safety of players. I gotta be careful with my wording here because YouTube might explode my house. But regardless, yes, this is true. It seems like the attorney general of Texas is officially suing Roblox, and I don't think this is anything crazy for Texas because I think they sued Discord like a little bit ago. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what happened. And I think the craziest part about this as well is that Schlepp is actually in contact with this attorney general. As you can see in the comments, Schlepp just said thank you, and Attorney General Ken Paxton actually responded saying thank you. And I'm pretty sure Schlepp is actually like mentioned in this lawsuit, obviously. I mean, makes sense. I mean, all of this stuff has kind of been happening because of the free Schlepp situation. And as you can see, Schlepp even quote retweeted this saying, as a Texas state resident, this is very exciting news. Thank you, Ken, for representing the victims of my state. Now, there's also this huge screenshot that I don't really think I could show because there's a lot of words in here that might get my video smited off of YouTube. But yeah, basically they're just accusing Roblox of being a playground for bad actors, and they accuse Roblox of prioritizing corporate greed over protection and safety on their platform, which is interesting. I'm very curious to see what happens out of all this. I mean, we haven't really seen the attorney general lawsuits really amount to anything yet, obviously because it takes a lot of time. And yeah, I wonder what's going to happen here. What do you guys think in the comments? Tell me. And now we can move on to another story, which is a pretty interesting thing because Tofuu is a YouTuber that we all kind of know at this point. Actually, I feel like maybe some people don't know about him because he has been off of YouTube for, bro, I think like 3 years, 4 years at this point. But basically, it's this guy. He has like 4 million subscribers, or he used to, but I think he's lost quite a bit because he hasn't uploaded. And he's basically just been leaving the internet and coming back like randomly. I think the last time we saw him, he was uploading like AI generated thumbnails on his videos. But now he's back on Twitter, and it's kind of interesting, guys, because he's kind of just been giving out like a bunch of Roblox gift cards for some reason and like tweeting out just really interesting stuff, such as this one where he said, I made myself into a Roblox guy. Looking good, Tofuu, looking good. He also said as well that he's been unable to access his Roblox account and that he needs help getting back into it, which is also pretty interesting. He also tweeted out stuff like this, like, let's get some Robux today, 10 likes, 10 reposts for a free Robux gift card. And then he asked Grok for a winner. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Tofuu, but he's been tweeting a lot of stuff recently, and I find that just interesting and worth mentioning because he is kind of like just an interesting character, dude. He's always gone, and now he's always back. Anyways, I can move on to another pretty good and crazy Roblox news story because apparently the Community Safety Council is finally here, and the people that are being made a part of it are actually announcing that they're a part of it, and it seems pretty good because I saw this tweet last night that says, proud to announce I'm on Roblox's Community Safety Council. Now, if you don't know who this person is, they're the founder of the Roblox RGC account, so you know, that's pretty crazy. And the fact that they were actually picked to be a part of the Community Safety Council, I think is pretty good. You know, that's like a good choice. And you can see in the replies, there's more. It says, you can read more about the Community Safety Council below, but I'm genuinely honored to contribute contribute in whatever way I can with a link to the Community Safety Council, which I've already read off in a previous video. But yeah, seems pretty cool that the Community Safety Council is finally like starting to exist. I feel like it's been so long, and hopefully this will have a good outcome on the platform. But regardless, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.